everybody, welcome back to Summersongs Guide to Silver Nell. In this series, the God of Time, Summersong, and the God of Death, Toro, take the Dirty Three, a trio of adventurers, through the timeline of their own life. Slowly, they're piecing together the timeline of their life and the influence they've made. And we're going to jump right into it tonight. We're going to the year 233 AGW, somewhere southwest of the Vial Kingdom, in the Asmar Plains. Immediately, the Dirty Three. Oh, by the way, I'm your Game Master, Scott Nicholson. How stupid of me. And this is my amazing player playing three characters, Mr. Michael Jackson.
Hi.
How you been, bud?
I've been good. Writing down notes, 233 AGW. Got
yes, 233 AGW.
Got to know where I'm at. Level 5.
Yes, level 5. Level 5.
Alright.
Alright, so, Absidy, Lip to Slip, and Ewa Person wake up consciousness, like split second after where they just left, which would have been in the Silver Mountains after you negotiated. You wake up, you're sitting at a picnic table. Ewa and Absidy are on one side, Lip to Slip is on the other, and beside them is Idjuk. Remember Idjuk? You are amongst, like, 8 or 9 tables, and in the middle of this, rocky Arizona desert, big plateaus all around you. Some plateaus reach, hundreds of feet up into the air. There are tents around and tons of people. Seems like you're at some sort of event. Lots of commoners walking around, eating turkey legs, funnel cakes. You can see tents with smoke coming up with food. Behind Absidy and Ewa, there seems to be some like guard post entrance where there's tons of tents and people dressed up like cowboys, so to speak. Seems like someone is like guarding security. There are the female Vial guards everywhere swarming the place. And you hear off around the corner of a plateau a huge crowd cheering and this big booming voice. And now, at gate number 4, the velociraptor Colossal! The audience goes crazy. And Idjuk looks at you. So, are we all together on the plan?
Just run it by me one more time.
Not feeling too well? Whoever said that? Absidy, Ewa, Lip?
Absidy.
Not feeling too well today?
And it's just not really just sticking in the brain. One more time, just so we all know what we're all doing.
Okay, look, I think this is the next logical step if we're gonna put the Kingdom of Symphony back together. But we need capital and we need manpower. Now, the Quiet Pass you guys did a couple years ago brought a great partnership and really good graces to the Dirty Three's name and to Vial. You've got a good name. Now, we should use that as leverage to get me inside the kingdom. From there, I will rise up over time, and I will get funding and plans moved forward towards rebuilding the Kingdom of Symphony in the Fae. Now, this is the Vial Rodeo, created by the Queens Adrora and Stephanie. Someone here can get us a conversation to implant me into the kingdom. Meanwhile, while I'm there, you three run the compound in the mountains, and you work on scouting a location and networking amongst the Fae. Are we all clear?
So we're looking for somebody who can get you into the kingdom. Okay.
This seems to be the best event possible. I know lots of royalty will be here to watch the rodeo. I couldn't get us a meeting with the queen, so this is as good as it gets.
And what's the angle for you to get in? What's the pitch for you?
I will be a good advisor. We'll say that I'm your advisor to your businesses and your adventuring, and it's been very successful. And you've already got a good name, so you'll find someone, convince them, I'm in.
Okay. Oh, well, I think I can do that. It sounds absolutely possible. Sure.
Shall we split up?
Yeah. Lip, you go with them, and me and Illa will go this way.
Okay. Right this way, Lip. Where should we go first?
Where's the bar at, bro?
Good call. We want to be loosey-goosey. Let's go over to this
Oh,
bar
wait.
tent.
All right, let's go over to the bar tent.
He's gonna waddle up to the bar tent. There's like a line of like 8 or 9 people. You stand in the back. He looks around. Well, I guess this'll be a moment.
Can we get some service over here? Yes, me. He starts to yell.
You see everyone in the lines kind of looking back at you. There's 3 or 4 people in the tent, and there's a couple of guards. One of them, big ladies at the side, says, "Wait your turn, sir. The line moves fast. Don't you worry. We're all here to have a good time."
Alright. When you talk down to me, because you're so tall. Alright. You're gonna wait in line. And then he stands there and he's like, brought my own drink. That's okay.
All right.
Can we make your... Oh.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you look around us to see if there's any, like, potential people to speak to? People who look like they would be... Anyone drawing a crowd to themselves? Good talkers?
Roll an insight check. You can see pretty much
Sure.
everyone around.
What's that? No, okay, it's a +1. Interesting. Okay. What's it, 12?
There are lots of people dressed up very nice, and some of them, most are in this like old Western saloon type get up, very country Western. There are that are a little fancier, but no discernment of their officials for the kingdom, so to speak. There are definitely guards around, but you do notice there is like a young boy who's taking money from the people in the tent, and he's leaving right now and walking towards another tent. It looks like he's putting it in a big bag and checking off some list.
Okay. I'll make note of that guy, but I won't approach him and stay in line for my alcohol.
Okay. What about the other 2?
They're gonna go... They're doing the same thing, but they're gonna go a little more actively out there. Ilwa isn't gonna really speak. She's just gonna kind of stand around. But Absidy's gonna look around to see if he can see anyone who looks like they'd be of note to speak to, in his eyes.
Again, you definitely see various people dressed in nice garbs. Roll an insight check.
Hey, shoot. Okay, that one's higher. He's good at this one. A dirty 20.
There is a big, robust woman who is talking to a few guards, and you can barely see the mouth of one of the guards say, "Will do, ma'am. Thank you." And all the guards kind of leave, and she just and seems to be walking towards where all the sound is coming from with the big crowd.
Kind of trails behind her. Doesn't speak to her just to try to pick up more of her influence. But does note that she's like giving orders, people listening to her. So he's gonna kind of try to follow behind her, see if he can pick up anything up that she's talking about, so he can then chime in the conversation.
She is walking about herself, just kind of.
Yeah, they'll kind of just like meander behind her, not too closely, like they're like interacting with each other, Ilwa and
Cool.
Absidy, and just trying to keep close to see.
There's also people going and coming from this place as well, so you kind of follow her. As you round the bend of this big plateau, there are big bleachers set up all on this side with a full crowd looking on in this big caged-off area. There are different gates holding back different velociraptors and cowboys getting ready to ride them and stuff. And in the middle is a velociraptor that's jumping up in the air and bucking with a cowboy holding on, flinging its hat. There's a big billboard that says Rodeo with a timer, and he's at 7 seconds. And there's a tent to the far right connected to this gate where you see officials all sitting. Velociraptor bucks him off, and the crowd cheers. This big announcement goes on for 7 seconds, moves up to 3rd place, and everyone cheers. And seems this lady is walking in front of the bleachers, kind of walking about halfway down, and starts to wave at these 3 gentlemen wearing very, very nice white cloth garbs.
We're gonna kind of meander a little closer to her, to overhear this conversation, to see what what she kind of getting into, or try to overhear this conversation. Let's not speak so godly. But we're gonna try to be nosy.
So
Um,
she goes up to the second bleacher. It's pretty crowded. How close are you getting?
um, I think we're gonna go. Is she like in the bleachers? Like,
Yeah, she walked up to the second bleach. I don't even know what you call it. The second
yeah.
row.
I kind of think we'll like, if there's a way to like to kind of, if we're gonna go like pass by her, and then we kind of like do that thing where you're at the club and you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna just squeeze through here, and then they kind of just stop and they're like, and then they start having conversation, and it's kind of like, bloop, like kind of right there, and then she like will like kind of just like slightly adjust to give them room, being courteous to them, but then I'm on the other side of her like, what they say. It was like a wall for us, and I'm like,
All right, if you're that close, roll a stealth check.
I shall. For both.
Yeah.
Both terrible.
Okay. So
But
she's
any of those
sitting
numbers
on the
bad.
far end of these three gentlemen. One has pulled up an umbrella and put over her head. As you guys are bumping, she just turns and looks at you all. The three gentlemen do. She looks back at you all, and she leans into the one with the umbrella and starts to talk to him, and he kind of giggles a little bit. So roll a perception at disadvantage because it's so loud and she's whispering now.
Some of them have better perception. Let's find out. None. Lies, I tell myself. Oh gosh. Okay. Well, one of them was a 16. The other one was a 2. So that's a 6.
Who got the 16?
Oh, well, it was a disadvantage, so it was just like.
Oh.
Or I guess I
Yeah.
have both of them then.
All you can really hear is something, trade routes, something.
If I roll for both of them with disadvantage, I only went for one at that time. The other one would have a 10.
Okay, so they're able
would have
to. That was the lady saying something, trade routes. And then whoever rolled that just hears the response of the gentleman. He says, it'll be a great surprise to the Vile Kingdom and to these poor people here.
Yeah, they won't push any into the conversation. They'll kind of stand around to see if they overhear any more, but they won't. I'm trying to think of anything magical I can do. But I don't think that they're not gonna try to get involved directly. No, yeah, I was just sorry. Quick check of spells.
And it is very loud. People are cheering as different cowboys are riding in times of these velociraptors.
These hoes loud.
That's it for them.
Yeah, I think that I think they'll hear that, and then they will kind of adjust their attention to someone else and kind of like meander to another group to be like just trying to start putting things together as much as they can about what's going on around them.
So just like walking through the bleachers.
Yeah, they'll continue that path of like, oh, excuse me, sorry, kind of stand there and they're like, okay, and then they're like, keep going, and look for another.
Roll a
target.
perception check of both as you wander around listening to everyone on these bleachers.
Ugh. Yeah, they're deafened. Those are both under 10s. So.
Both under 10s. Yeah, it's really loud. It's really hard to hear people. A big goes off as two velociraptors come up and cowboys are riding them. Meanwhile, Lip the Slip and Idjuk get to the counter. Good evening, gentlemen. How may I help you? Idjuk looks at Lip.
Looking for some some good drinks here. You know, what's your special?
He'll take your finest. Okay,
Yeah,
absolutely. All right, we got some here called the Sour Donkey. Now, this is strong. We make it straight from our home brewery in the Vile Kingdom. May I interest you?
Looks at Idjuk. That sounds good to me. Can you handle that?
2 on me, please. Okay, very nice. That'll be 4 gold, 2 silver, please. Oof. Okay.
Oh,
There you go.
the
Hands it to
prices
him.
we got here.
She gives these big mega pint cups that are like overflowing. All right, there you go. 1 for you, 1 for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, cheers. I must say, Lip, after all this time we've spent together, I believe I've misjudged you. You know, when you all saved me from the fairy thicket that time ago, I questioned your motives. When Absidy mentioned rebuilding the Kingdom of Symphony, I thought, what a large task for 3 with no credit amongst anyone but themselves. But I've come to see that through your drunken stupor, you are quite wise.
It's almost like I wasn't there for any of that. But I am glad that you're here for this. So let's drink to it.
Let's drink. Shake the glass, and some of it pours out onto the floor, and the rest of the people in line kind of, hey, back up. And one of the guards comes up. You two, can you please just go, away from the line here?
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Yes,
okay,
yes.
sure.
Sorry.
And
Yep. Go ahead.
no, yeah, I was just gonna say we're gonna start walking to take a scope out some of those finely dressed folks.
Okay. Looks like there's one there. There's a gentleman with a monocle. They look fancy.
Lip kind of adjusts his metaphorical tie, and he casts guidance on himself, and he's like, "All right, let's do this." And he kind of stumbles over to the monocle man.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of doing the same thing that the other 2 did. He's gonna want to walk by him, kind of like listen to what he's saying before he does anything. He's like, "Let's go."
All right, perception check.
Let's see if he goes any better. It's a 7. He only has a +1. So.
Is Lip magical?
Yeah, they all technically count as magical.
You see that the guy is whispering something, and you get that same vibe. You've seen this before, this magical vibe of he's ascending. But you can't hear what he's saying.
Dude, your mouth's moving, but there are no words coming out. That's crazy.
Pardon me, good sir, what did you say?
Oh, I heard you that time. I was just saying that I saw you were talking, and then but nothing was coming out of your mouth. It was pretty weird to watch, actually.
Yes, magical abilities, quite peculiar. Faulty Grady, you are.
I'm sorry, what? Farty Grady?
Faulty Grady. Let me guess, you're from Vail, here to enjoy the festivities.
Oh, no, I'm from... not Vail. From way over, actually. Out of town, kinda.
Oh.
But here for the festivities, for sure.
From
What are the
B2,
festivities?
possibly.
That was a really accurate guess. Yeah, how'd you guess B2? Actually.
Many citizens from the Vile Kingdom around these parts coming to enjoy the festivities. I also heard your next roll is going to get advantage, by the way, because Ben just bought you advantage.
Ooh.
I
These rolls.
heard there was a great amount of B2 supporters going to be showing out at the rodeo. Let me ask you, what brings you to the rodeo here today?
We're looking to make some business connections for my friend here. And he kind of leaned his head over to Ijuk. Trusted advisor, you know.
Entrepreneur. And what skill do you provide? I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Oh, they call me Lip the Slip. You can call me Lip the Slip.
Lip the Slip. Oh, how fun, how fun.
That I am a blast. So they do like to call me fun, so thank you for noticing that early on.
Yes. Peculiar.
He's an advisor. He's an advisor to people in B2. Actually, the House of G. Flash with the symbol.
House of G. Oh, the House of G. Oh, yes. I have a cousin who was higher up in the Vile Kingdom, and
and I've heard of the House of G and their support among the Quiet Pass.
Yeah.
Great to see you, and Faulty Grady, sir.
Idjuk, nice to make your acquaintance.
Yes, you're a peculiar-looking foe, if you do not mind me being so blunt.
Oh, no, I get this quite often. I am not from around these parts.
Yes, I heard. B2.
No, I am not from B2.
Are you not together?
Oh, we're together, but we're not from the same place.
Oh,
You know.
yes. Again, I don't think I caught your answer. What has brought you in particular to the rodeo? You said to make connections.
Oh yes, I'm kind of like
I hear correctly.
outsourcing my friend. We're getting rid of him. You see, he was a great advisor for us in our town, our people, and now we're changing businesses and we don't need him anymore. But we don't want to see him out, so we're trying to find a good place for him to go.
Oh,
An advisor by chance?
we should speak to my cousin. I mean, they are well-to-do in the Vile. Perhaps they can offer you some advice.
What's your name of your cousin? I would love to speak.
Oh, Annie Faulty. No, Annie Grady. Excuse me. Faulty's my first name.
One of those kind of families. Annie Grady. And do they do anything important
Of note, we started the winery, and that's what he helps advise, and among other things, just to make sure you have the right caliber of his skill. What does Annie really get into?
It's quite impressive. Yes, right this way. We'll take you. She should be enjoying the games. Annie has spent her whole years growing up in the Vile Kingdom. Made her way to be one of the many assistants of the Treasurer's Advisor of the Kingdom.
Assistant to the treasurer.
Yes. To the Treasurer's Advisor.
Oh, like double help. Okay.
Yes.
Right this way. He's going to walk around the plateau with you guys following. He's got this big brown burly coat. Does not have a scratch on it. Oh, it can almost be brand new. These very nice pants. He's constantly wiping the dirt off. Each step in the dirty Asmar plains, poof, dirt just comes up. Avoids a small shrubbery. Turns the corner, wipes his monocle. Let's see, goes to the side of the bleachers.
Oh, there she is. Right this way.
Walks towards that same woman. I will say about this time, you and Absidy see Lip and Idjuk walking with this man right across in front of them.
Illa will telepathically drop into Lip's head and kind of be like, heard something about trade routes, some weird shit might be going down, keep your eyes open, stay loose, have fun. And Lip's like, and agrees. And then keeps going.
Annie, my darling.
Ah, Faulty, it's so good to see you. Come here.
Annie, oh my. You have put on some weight.
Do you think so?
I do. You look wonderful.
Oh, this whole time I thought I was losing it. Thank you so much, Faulty.
Oh, my dear. You know I love you. Let me kiss your cheeks. Gentlemen, Faulty Grady.
They introduce. They start to talk.
Oh, how rude of me. My dear Annie, I was stumbling out of the men's room earlier, and I ran into these charismatic gentlemen. Let me present Lip the Slip of B2 and his ally Idjuk, a great advisor to the House of G.
Ah, the House of G. Gentlemen.
Have you heard of us?
Yes,
Meet your hand.
you're quite popular during the Great Crisis a while back with the Quiet Pass. The House of G has stepped in and created a wonderful partnership with Vail, and we continue to flourish to this day.
That was a thing we personally did. Like myself, I was there for that one, so you know.
Ah, and you're seeking an advisory role, so to speak.
No, I trained a guy. This guy right here, Idjuk, he's our advisor. He took lessons from us. How we did that pass thing. And we're kind of going back into the adventuring business, and we don't need an advisor. So we're trying to give him to someone who needs one. So we came here because we heard lots of important people were around.
Quite an interesting time to want to board a ship such as Vail. Have you not heard of the financial crisis recently?
No.
No. Oh, yes, dark times. People are speaking of a coup of B2, so to speak. Looking to get away from Santi and the Vile Kingdom and break ties, now that Santi has employed magic for many years. I'm surprised you've not heard this in your... Did he not say you're from B2 yourself?
Born in B2. I haven't been back in... Seems like forever at this point.
Ah.
But been traveling around. Was in the quiet past, but not too long ago went that way. Went back that way. Blopped around a little bit in between.
Are you in contact with your family, who controls the House of G still?
Oh, not actively. Not my family. I work for the family of House of G. There is a House of G member here. Kind of like looks around. I don't know where they're at.
I would love to speak to them. I'm just curious.
Oh, yeah. That sounds like a thing I could... Do you want him now? Or just want to see him in general. I can go get him.
She turns to look at the three guys. Gentlemen, do you mind going to get me a turkey leg? I hear they're absolutely delectable. Thank you. You're so sweet. They get up and walk in front of her. Past you guys. Gentlemen. Kind of walk on.
Mm-hmm.
I have some time. The crowd jumps and cheers. She claps. I would love to. This sounds interesting. What is their name?
Absidy?
Absidy. Yes.
Prince. House G.
Well, she pats the seat beside her where all the gentlemen are going. I have some time now. Perhaps your friend would like to speak.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do. Sure. And he kind of will walk back and backtrack, and find Iwa and Absidy and bring them.
Okay. She puts out her hand, introduces herself. Annie Grady.
Is Absidy? Absidy is like, nice to meet you, Absidy, of House of G. I hear you're a fan of our work.
Yes, I am. Quite a big fan. So, are you in contact with your family?
Not currently. Been out working, doing the whole adventuring thing, spreading our name through all the lands. I'm sure you've heard about Paradise Pass. That was all our work. But I haven't been home recently. Too busy trying to make my own name, the House of G. But have you been in contact with House of G? I hear there are some financial matters that seem to be gone awry, but not on our end.
I'm curious of where the House of G stands on the current rumors of B2 insurgents against the kingdom. I'm just wondering if your family had any more information. It's quite a problem for us. We're just looking to squash it. That's all.
You planning to take out a whole town?
No.
That was a really nice way of saying that. But
no,
that's
heavens
kind of what you
no,
said.
heavens no. We do not wish to threaten anyone, especially our own constituents. But when we hear these rumors of such violent things done towards a kingdom who did nothing wrong, well, we want to quell that. We want to have conversations to make sure everyone is satisfied. And the kingdom is even perhaps open to the idea of creating a magic-free zone if it does not ensure violence against our people. That is all, but if you have no information, I am really sorry to bother you.
Absidy will wave his hand. I was trying to look at what he's doing. Kind of like he's holding he has a quarterstaff and a shield. He kind of takes his quarterstaff out and he casts shillelagh and these like vines kind of grow around it and it kind of enhances it. And he's like, magic free sounds absolutely dreadful. Why would we do that? Oh God, no. We love magic.
Yes.
Eat, breathe, and employ in our everything.
So the Vile Kingdom can count on the House of G to stand up against these treasonous plots.
We would never take magic away, and to think if we would, it's absolutely foolish. So, yes.
Yes, I could not agree
in the most
more.
aggressive way possible, yes.
This old way of thinking, based off King Muriel, let him temper bless his soul. He did have an old way of looking, and we've progressed since then. Well, I thank you so much for talking to me. It has been an absolute pleasure.
Can I insight check her? Does she seem... She's giving me that whole, like, snobby royal, which is not really clear if she's being fake or not, and I just want to know.
So you're just insight to see if she's, like, putting on a facade?
Yeah, I just want to know if she's lying, because she's like, oh, like, what side are you on? And she's like, because I'm obviously for magic, and I'm like, are you for magic? Do you just want to know if I'm for magic?
All right.
I ain't stumped it.
Insight, yeah.
I know how these rich people talk. Oh, we have advantage. Oh, thank you, man.
Oh, nice!
It's better than the 2 I rolled. Ha! We're building to the 2s. This is a 18.
She is lying.
Interesting. Knew it. Oh, well, thank you for your time. Is there a way? Is there like a secret handshake I should know for those who are on the side of Bayou and those who are not on the side of Bayou? Is there like a, or do you just go around asking people, are you for magic? Are you against magic? Where should I? How do I publicly?
Oh, Temper, no. We don't go around just asking anyone. I was just curious because you're connected to such a large part of Vial's financial contributions. That is all. I mean, if you're doing your own detective work, good luck, and we would love to hear more information that you obtain. And as for your friend Idruk, I believe you bring us some valuable information, and your name will certainly put into the pot.
Oh, well, it's absolutely wonderful to hear that. As I hear you are the assistant to the helper of the treasurer's friend, and I think that's a great place for
Dog's
us to start.
sister's uncle.
And I think that is a great place to start when you are looking to join a company, but not a great place to end when you are part of it. But I'm glad to know we're in your mind. Thank you. Thank you. and Absidy and the group will be like, oh, we'll walk away. We'll disengage here. We're like, okay. Also, we're gonna disengage and then circle back and be like, that bitch is weird. I got that right.
And just like, what do you mean?
That she's lying, and that it was speaking to him in his head. She's lying. Don't trust her.
She's directly connected to the treasury of Vail. Why would you?
Yes.
So you're saying she doesn't like magic?
She doesn't like magic. Not at all. And that's a great place to be if you want to bleed a kingdom dry, control their money. Maybe we do want to work with her, knowing she's the mole. Killing the mole?
It would definitely help us build another kingdom, but then immediately our kingdoms will be at war. I don't know if that's good for beginning business. I mean, the Vail kingdom has been established for over 200, 300 years.
Yeah, it's interested to know who's going against Vail Kingdom. Also, they're non-magic users.
Yes, a strong group of B2 still believes in the old ways. I mean, they're right near the ruins of the old Vail Kingdom when King Muriel, disavowed magic.
Oh, and then Absidy's like, I know of those filthy non-magic lovers. It makes absolutely no sense. They've seen our lovely grapes and wines that magic makes, and yet they still... Well, we'll show them. I told Father we'll show them. And that is why I'm set out to do all of this. To show them that magic is great and grand, and if I have to bring down my fist upon them, then so be it. But House of G will stand at the ashes. That'd be great. And he kind of like brings himself together. Now, we need to find a place to put you. I need more letters in here. We need to find a place to put you, and we need to keep this person on our mind. And then she kind of thinks back, or he kind of thinks back to having half overheard the other person talking about the trail and the thing, and they're like, perhaps something's happening at this rodeo. It's been I'm gonna have to make a plan. Okay, she kind of thinks that things are sus, or they think that things are a little bit sus now. Maybe that more people might be into this whole, oh, there's something maybe happening here now, and they're gonna kind of like look into that. by going around and I guess kind of just chatting up with people about sensitive topics that they shouldn't be talking about. And so I think they'll split in the same groups, and Absidy will kind of be like hoity-toity talking about the financial troubles.
All right, give me 3 separate, just straight charisma checks.
Okay, let's see what these charisma things is.
See if you're just so charismatic, people are willing to talk about taboo topics.
Let's talk about taboo things. Okay, well, starting with Absidy, we got a 21 for his. Lip is gonna get also a +2. Okay, Lip got a 15.
Okay.
The drunk got a 15. And then the stoic one got a -1, so let's see what happens. Ooh, rolled a 17 for a 16.
16. All right, so yeah, everyone's
well.
talking and everyone's on their most charismatic behavior.
Everyone's drunk.
Yeah, Absidy ends up talking to these 2 ladies who, their clothes don't look too nice. They're very dirty. But they're talking about how the kingdom is so generous to everyone in Asmar Plains that they pay for so much more than they make in because the taxes aren't even that much. So the general consensus amongst people in Vail is that the Vail kingdom is a generous, loving kingdom of their people, but they also are losing money faster than anything because they're willingly giving it to start up and help the poor. So they truly love Vail. Lip, let's see, there's 2 ladies. Lip is talking to this Kinku who looked like he was trying to steal from someone. And Lip's getting them with the alcohol and they're laughing together. And he's talking about how easy it is to steal from people because they travel to Vail to get some money, to get some help, and then they'll walk all the way back to Wimding or Asmar Docks or Garnock or Sulan or Santi, and he can easily ambush them and take all their money. It's really good for the thieves. Ewa talks to this very nice dressed young man with a top hat and a cane from B2. And what are you talking to him about?
Is it Illa?
Yeah.
Oh god, it was so awkward.
He's got good charisma.
It was like walks up to them, kind of stands next to them awkwardly, kind of like 2 dudes at a urinal. There's no urinal there. It's like, from B2. Thoughts? It kind of slow pan over to
B2, if you ask me. Dirty place. But lots of good people who care about this nation, this kingdom, this world. People who wish to go back to the old ways, where we could make the land good again. The only problem is all our horses were taken. B2's not the best at keeping up with their stuff, and as long as Vail has all these velociraptors imported from the jungle, then they'll never stand a chance. If you ask me, if the real people of B2 want to stand up, they need to find a way to take hold of these monsters.
and Illa kind of looks back at him. Correct. Filthy magic. And she spits on the ground. Someone should do something about them. She kind of
And the guy kind of nudges and winks you. All in good time, my friend. All in good time.
looks back. Not soon enough.
Yeah. Well said. Well said.
Interesting. Darn it. Then I think they will reconvene. Disseminate information. The fuck going on with Asmar Plains getting all this money, then let people get robbed? That's whack. Also, falls into the plot of, hey, let's be the treasurer and give all this money out, makes us look good while also making them weaker. Boom, boom. Can we backtrack to that guy Iwa was talking to?
Yep. Top hat and cane.
And yeah, Iwa is gonna keep speaking to him.
He has walked over to this point to that little entrance point where it looks like the cowboys are stationed, like the backstage, so to speak, area. And he's talking to one of the guards there, just asking them questions. As you walk up, you can probably hear him asking, roughly how many are there? And then they stop and see you guys coming up.
It will continues forward. Absidy and Lip don't. They will turn their gaze to the game that's happening. And it was like, is this where I can place bets?
Are you talking to the man or the guard?
Talking to, because kind of the area, she wants to be talking to both of them as possible, but it's in the area that the guy would not think he's not being spoken to, you know?
The guard tells you that they don't make bets. That's not what they do. And the guy says, you want to make bets, you go to B2. And the guard says, indeed.
People don't go to B2. They come from B2. I don't get your reference. She turns.
The guy kind of laughs some more.
Looks at the guy. She looks at the dude she spoke to, whose name I don't know. And is this not a gambling event?
It doesn't seem like it.
And then so she'll look at him and she goes, maybe I'm confused then. Why are we watching all these animals?
The guy says,
these creatures. Don't say animals. She's being mean. These creatures.
It's just another way for the Vile Kingdom to flaunt their imports and their newfound creatures, as you so well put it. They've got another thing coming to them if they think they could just trounce around with these little parades and little parties and people won't get upset.
Well, it's better than the parties with the fairies. At least these things
that is true.
Natural. Is there a place we could go that is less tainted by these creatures? You know, there's an appropriate word be used.
Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm happily married.
That's uncomfortable. And not what I was going for. Kind of looks at him, nods, turns around and starts to walk away. And she's like, that was weird. I don't like that. And she will walk away and go back to the group, the trio. I think that I will have Absidy in this little chaos. They will kind of conform around him, and Absidy is going to wild shape into something tiny, something small, and that's not going to be like stressful to be seen out here. He's gonna he's looking around. He's like, oh, what's like if he can see something that's out here right now, he will look at it and then like turn into that,
like a little scorpion or a little mouse or something.
Something that's not gonna be like, I kill it. He'd be like, that thing's annoying outside. Okay.
Yeah, like a little mouse outside. Little desert
he's gonna
mouse.
turn into a little mouse and gonna crawl on Lip.
Okay.
And then they are gonna go to start looking around again, because now they think that everybody here is a double agent, and they're going to go and try to find someone who's talking about some weird things, and then the goal is to then leave mouse or scorpion little friend around to listen inconspicuously, figure out what's going on, and then try to get more information that way.
As you guys are talking, when you start to break up, you hear large screams coming from the crowd. People start rushing from the bleachers this way. You see up on the different plateaus, the whole time there's been guards up on plateaus, up on the rocks. There's guards everywhere. They all start shooting arrows in one direction, past that backstage area, whatever. And you see up on the plateaus some like people dressed up in these like black cowboy outfits with black bandanas over their face, and they're sword fighting and stab these vile guards, and there's a fight. So it's like vile guards versus these handkerchiefed cowboys everywhere. The crowds are running, bum rushing the tents, getting on their carriages, fleeing. You hear the screams of the velociraptors. It is chaos outside.
Still gonna wild shape. Stay on Lip. Lip is gonna try to find one of those worlds they've seen who have been weird and try to be like, we'll help you be safe. Absidy, no, wrong. Illa is going full like, this is what I've been waiting for, and is gonna shoot the closest handkerchief bandit that they can see.
Okay.
Is their plan. And then that is 2 actions for the team. I don't know what Ijik's doing, but that is one's wild shape on Lip.
Ijuk is running towards the crowd that's running at you guys. He is darting towards those bleachers.
Yeah. Yeah, Lip will take a dash and kind of go that way, and it was gonna shoot at whoever's closest. If she needs to move to do that, she will, but her goal is to start killing people.
Roll me 1 attack.
Okay. I can do that. Good.
It is chaos right now.
That's gonna be a 21.
Yeah, so as you start shooting, looks like one was about to jump off on a plateau towards Ijuk and them, and you just, whatever, blasted him away, just flips.
First shot of my dark necrotic bow.
Yeah, just knocks him off the plateau on the other side to his death on the other side, so they're able to just keep going through the crowd.
She gives you like a Katniss Everdeen, like, straight up to the sky. Ventura, that's for you.
And just sitting there fighting, shooting them constantly. Lip is running with Absidy on the shoulder?
Yeah, on the shoulder, on the person somewhere that they're like.
And you said
with
mouse
them.
or scorpion? Which one?
Which you said the scorpion was? You said which one was least conspicuous, and then
they're both least. You can find those two
then
things everywhere.
Then we'll do a mouse. A mouse is nice.
All right, mouse on the shoulder, Lips chasing. You see Ijuk is looking through the bleachers, and just kind of jumps on the bleachers and starts darting. I guess as Lip follows.
Yeah. Is anyone looking hurt on the I guess currently on the Vial side? If people are getting hurt and stabbed.
Yeah, there are dead Vial guards everywhere, dead commoners everywhere, tons of these masked people stabbing, nobody's using magic, just cutting apart these people, and some of them are even breaking the gates, trying and jumping on these velociraptors, jumping through the broken part of the gate, and you can see a ton of them are taken off into the distance. Looks like this is some sort of stealing.
Yeah, I think that Lip is going to start looking for people who are dying. He has the cantrip Spare the Dying, and will try to save anyone he can.
Okay.
I think Absidy is going to, if they can discern that someone's like trying to get something and leave, I think Absidy might want to like follow along and try to keep up and be like, what are they trying to steal? Like, what's going on? So they will all split up. One killing, one healing, and then one investigating.
Okay. Roll an investigation check.
Hi.
And what are you looking for in particular?
Trying to track these bad guys and see what they're doing. If they seem like they're grabbing something and leaving, trying to see what that thing is. If they're like all working together, or like they're all just like leaving at one time, like just trying to track get more information about what their like plan is.
Gotcha.
What? Investigation. I'm gonna find it. Okay, it's plus so. It's a smooth 6 or a 9. It's a 6. I think it's on the bottom. 6. Either good.
It seems with a 6, looks like the goal is just to kill a bunch of people and take velociraptors. That's the obvious things you see.
So they're taking the velociraptors?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I get close enough to a velociraptor?
So the gates are like kind of like Jurassic Park around this rodeo. Like think of a regular rodeo with cowboys in it, but like the gates are like maybe 25 feet tall and wired, so you can't go through them. So you can like crawl up the gates.
Can I crawl through the gates to Tiny Mouse?
Yes. Yes.
Through the gates.
This tiny mouse taking off across the rodeo field. Where are you going?
I'm trying to make physical contact with one of the velociraptors that are being stolen.
So from the angle of the bleachers, all the way across is the billboard that goes in between two plateaus. To the left goes in between plateaus, but you have to get past the gates that are holding like 3 or 4 velociraptors that are just being forgotten right now. And then past that is the backstage area where it looks like you can see them going off into the distance with velociraptors.
They're too far away.
And then to the right is the tent where you see the nobles there's like guards surrounding the nobles fighting off people.
Yeah, then I guess if they're too far away to save, then I think I will go back and help the nobles. I think I will abandon the whole chasing them down thing if they are simply too far away, because I ain't got no chasing abilities. Then I will backtrack to Lip and then helping the nobles with Absidy. Absidy will be like, shit, man, okay. And Scaredy back to Lip. Didn't work, and then help them protect these people. Yeah, and also Iwa will also turn her eye. If she's seeing that like these nobles are being attacked, then she will start picking off the ones that are, coming
All right. Yeah. Iwa joins the group of these guards that are protecting and taking out people pretty successfully. By this time, there are either dead civilians that are being revived a little bit at a time, or and then everyone else has gotten their carriages and gone. Mass exodus. And these guards are trying to get a noble in particular huddled like a celebrity to this very nice, rich-looking carriage. Can't even see who's in the middle because there's so many guards around them, just bum-rushing this person to the carriage.
Okay. If there's anything that's going around, I think I will kind of move towards that. Any of them who are closest, to try to help, VIP treatment, whoever this person is. If anyone's attacking them or it seems like they've become a new target, they're just trying to pick off anyone who looks like they no longer belong here. They're like, we're gonna kill them. Except Absidy, who's still a mouse because safety.
Okay.
But
so Iwa is part of this group, just like firing constantly. There's people kind of like walking backwards. There's groups about like 20 feet behind her that's guarding this noble and walking. For Absidy, is Lip still healing? Are they Absidy and Lip looking for this?
I think Lip will stop when this starts happening, and Lip will come back and will start to get aggressive, if need be. If anything's close enough to him to get his hands on, he gonna punch it.
All right, both of them roll a perception check then.
Yes, sir. Oh wait. Yeah. Okay. Well. Iwa got a nat 20. That's that.
Oh no, not Iwa. The other two. Iwa's back as to them. She's firing against.
Well, then
these
I'm giving
people
it
that are
to
charging.
Absidy got a nat 20 because I rolled 2 dice.
Okay, cool. All right, Absidy, you notice that Faulty Grady is in the other side of that carriage, kind of looking around the side, whispering another sending.
Sending. Okay. That's not fast enough. I got to spell magic, but I ain't that quick. Are you petty about it? Like, shut your ass up. I can't do that. So weird. Do I think that is he getting into this carriage? Do I think it's him and Annie?
He is on the other side. It looks like he's trying to stay hidden. They're putting this noble in one side of the carriage. When they even got close, he kind of dipped around to the other side, so now you can't see him anymore.
I don't like him. I don't have. Can I cast Fairy Fire on him? Make him light up a little bit so I can see him?
Yeah, what's the save?
It is a Wisdom saving throw.
That's okay. You got a 9.
Ha. Fail. Absidy sees him being kind of shady and kind of sends some like light fairy magic and kind of like.
What color is he glowing?
I think it kind of looks like when you're in a black light, you look real dusty and kind of like little pink light, like little flickers on his jacket.
Okay.
Like he's in a really dirty light. And yeah, she's gonna he's gonna try to track him, and she's like, "You're fucking weird." And Iwa will not Iwa. It was shooting people. Lip will also come with Absidy.
All right, so as you run to the other side of the carriage, they're putting this noble inside. You see him. He notices that you two see him.
Quick, we must get to safety.
Looks like he's glowing a color, and just looking.
Yeah, I think that Lip will be like, there's something on you, and he's gonna grapple him because he's afraid that he's got this infection because he's glowing with this magic on him. He's like, there's something on you, we gotta get it off. And he's gonna grapple him. He's like,
all right.
You're not safe here.
Athletics check. Oh, he failed. He got a 3. You don't even need to roll it. So
he's gonna hold him.
What are you doing? Unhand me, Absalom.
And then I need another wisdom save.
All right. 14.
The DC's 15. As Absidy kind of comes up to him and kind of is like, relax, and he's gonna cast Charm Person on him, so I have advantage on all charisma checks against him. But yeah, now I've got him kind of and talk to him like, someone's attacking you, and I think that they think you're part of this attack here. Is there any reason people would think you're against magic?
No, I'm not against magic at all. Friends, allies, we must get to safety. Now, luckily for us, the kingdom expected such a battle, and we were prepared.
The carriage starts to move with the noble now inside. A couple of the guards jump to the top. People are aimed firing. And the carriage just takes off with these two horses off into the desert. From around one of the plateau, another carriage, except it's a flatbed with like 4 of those handkerchiefs, whatever, just starts chasing after them.
Chasing after the carriage that just left us?
Yes. So as they left, another one came around the corner and is chasing after them.
What are you doing?
All is fine. This is fine. And he's like, except that part.
Yes, don't worry. This is all part of the plan.
Insight check?
Yep.
Is this thing going terribly, terribly wrong?
He is charm person, so he does see you as a friend, an ally.
Yeah, but what side does he think I'm on? I don't know.
Okay, yeah, insight check. Well, can't really get his thoughts.
Yeah, no. That's why I don't trust him. That's why I'm like, 'cause I don't know. So I'm like,
whatever side he's for, he thinks you're on the same side.
Yeah. But so he's this is really going to plan. Then he's like,
He believes this is going to plan.
This is great.
And don't worry, like not even looking at that carriage that's flying off, that's being chased by someone who's probably gonna go kill him. Not even worried about it.
They're all so far away. I can't even do anything about it. So I guess I'm just gonna be okay with it.
Yeah.
Interesting plans for kind of looking around at the carnage. Interesting plan for something you knew was gonna happen. Lots of bloodshed.
He's going to kind of take off back towards that tent where the nobles are at. We need to find one of them alive. One of these gentlemen has surely not died from an arrow. Find someone who's alive. We need some information. This is what it was all for.
Does Lip see someone who...
Perception.
Can see out here healing in the fields, in the trenches. That's I don't know if he adds anything to it. It's a 12 on the dice, so like it's not terrible. 13 plus 1.
There are a lot of these dead fighters alive, cowboys, and also dead guards. But yeah, you see one that's like on the ground.
Lip will
spitting up blood.
Reach out to him, grab him by his wound, cast spare the dying. Kind of like pouring on the homies on top of him with his little alcohol. He's like, "Yeah, you'll be all right."
Like trying to like drown from the beer.
Christ compels you. Hey, I got one. I got a bad guy. You looking for a bad guy?
Yes. You walks up. Tell us, who sent you? Who sent you? I'll never fucking tell any of you anything.
I'm a grappler.
Yeah, he's like low health, so you got him.
Jump on him. Do I have anything interrogation wise? Let's see. Nope. Spells real quick. I can try to charm person him again. Maybe at disadvantage. Wait, I guess real thing. No, he has advantage.
He's slowly dying because he's still bleeding out.
Yeah, I can try to charm person him again. Well, I'll healing word him first. so he's a little bit okay.
Okay.
And then I'll charm person him.
Okay.
Yeah, but since he's hostile towards me, he has advantage on the saving throw. But 15 is what he's looking for. Wisdom save.
I got a 15.
Boo!
Yeah, he just says, "Your magic will do nothing on me. You're all gonna die because you side with the way of the devil. Magic will be the end of you."
Kind of looks at the royal. Grady, do you have a better way of doing this? Like, I found your guy. I just can't. He's kind of being a dick.
We must get information, otherwise this was pointless. Listen, you! Oh!
All right,
This old guy.
Helpful.
You tell us something or we'll kill you! I'm gonna die anyways. Oh, do it faster! I got fucking nothing. We gotta get something from him.
Lip is gonna reach out and touch him and be like, "Bro, chill." And he's gonna bring him to full hit points. He's gonna cast Lay on Hands and he's gonna be like, "It's like you're not going anywhere right now. So I think we should start talking."
You will get nothing out of me.
What's he wearing?
He's wearing a black vest, a black denim jacket that like goes down like a coat, black pants, black cowboy boots, gold spurs, a black handkerchief that's like falling down to his neck, a black cowboy hat, and he's got like, it seems like he's blacked out everything from here there, so it's just like a rectangle of his actual face color.
Interesting. So y'all just want to destroy magic? There's nothing else more to it? You just like, magic just makes you too cool, so I'm gonna destroy it all because I'm sad? Is that your whole thing? You're just jealous you can't do magic?
Your kingdom and your land will fall. It's rotting from the inside. And those you think you trust want to see you dead. And we are the ones who will make it happen.
Looks at Iwa. That kind of confirms what I said earlier, right? Just so we all peep that. I did say that.
What are you talking about? People from the inside.
Does anyone say anything? Everyone, my team's like,
Inchuk's not even there.
well, we've heard of some fraudulent spending happening on the parts of the Vaio Kingdom, and I think that it may be being used to make us look bad. I'm pretty sure, I'm not saying this out loud because I'm pretty sure it's his sister, I think, is the one
Annie?
who's the bad one. Yeah, because this is the other one, right? This is Flotty Grady. So but this Andy Grady is the one I was talking to, who was that shady bitch.
Yeah, the shady one, yeah.
Yeah, so I can't really tell him that I think his sister is a shady bitch because he probably like her. I think there's some people who may be working against Vail under the guise of working for Vail, if you know what I mean, a double crossing.
Who?
I don't know. I just think that, I think there are people. I think that's a common thing that's happening. I don't know if it's a person, but I think there's a collective, there's a word for it. A group of people who don't like people who are running things. A coup. I think there's a coup happening. Then you should really be careful. Also, can you send word to my father? Because I also think he should be careful because they don't like magic, and magic's all we do.
One moment. He's going to turn. Queen Stephanie. And he's going to send ascending, and you're going to hear him warn of someone within the kingdom that's working with the insurgents and working with, in his words, Dorvor's and Zaren's group. And he's going to listen.
Read their minds.
He's going to look at you.
Thank you for your help. I lied to you before. I'm a direct spy for the queens of Vail. You have been very helpful. Now that I've told you this, I need your help. I'd like to help protect the family of the House of G, and we'd like to work from the inside of B2 to discover what is going on.
What would you need from us to do for that? Just consent?
Come with us back to the kingdom. We have work to do.
Vail, yours or mine? Vail? You want me to go back to Bayou? Is that where you asked me to go?
Yes. Do you have a kingdom?
Well, I like to think of my home as a kingdom, yes. House of G is a kingdom, a palace, a mansion, if you will. It can soon be a kingdom once we destroy all these other fakers.
There is a hidden carriage that he gets and invites you on. Lip, Ewa, Absidy. Seems to be no one else around besides the bodies. And he tells you Vial will be back to help save these people. That we got to get resources. Where's your friend?
No idea, actually. He just kind of ran off. Perception check?
Sure.
Do I know where?
Sure, perception check.
Everyone, look! Not bad. Okay, actually, they're not great. 17 from Lip. It would rolled solo. And I believe a 15 from Absidy. Or a 15 from
Lip in his drunken stupor remembers oh yeah, Idjuk got on that carriage with the noble.
And did no one think that was weird?
Well, fuck.
But also, I look at Faulty Grady. Who was in that carriage?
I don't know.
You just protected the carriage, you know. Okay, well.
Oh, I wasn't protecting the carriage. I was reporting back what was happening to the kingdom.
Ah, I see. And did all the guards go with that carriage, or did they like get
Guards? Some guards with the carriage. A lot of guards are off chasing and fighting those guys who stole the velociraptors, and then some other guards are like helping people over by the food.
But the ones that got the person on the carriage, they like escort them to the carriage.
And then and then jumped on the carriage, like shoot from the top and sides.
My friend. Okay. And I kind of look at him and I go, super random and out of the blue. How do you feel about Annie? You know,
My dear sister has been a great asset to the kingdom for many years. Why do you question her loyalty now?
Oh, I question absolutely everyone because I don't trust anybody. I questioned you 2 seconds ago, so you shouldn't trust anyone. That's the best way to find out who's lying to you. Because everyone who's lying won't like being questioned.
We should report back to the kingdom.
It's gonna hop in the carriage. You guys gonna go?
Yeah, we get in.
You ride off. After some time, how far is that? After a good, like, almost a full day travel back to the Vaya Kingdom, he reports back to the queen. You're not allowed in the room when he goes to talk to the queen. They start a full-scale investigation. The kingdom is willing to put you in a room for a week or give you housing for a week, not in the kingdom, but in a small house out into the village around the kingdom while this investigation is going on. In that time, eventually soldiers bring back a dead Idjuk. And Idjuk, they revive him, and he reports that the noble on that carriage spoke of someone. They saw that Annie person talking friendly with those insurgents, those cowboys. And after this investigation, they find that Annie has been siphoning off money to their cause, to the Zinzarans, and that they stole all the plot and plans for this rodeo and gave it to them, and that their goal was to steal these velociraptors for their, like, army. Army's a big word. It's not even close to that big, but they're militia. And she is imprisoned, and because of that, Idjuk is rewarded with the job of advisor to the treasurer's assistants. No, assistant to the treasurer's advisor.
Advisor.
Yes.
I love I also,
Yep.
can we also add in, try to get word in that, kind of put piecing this together that we think that also the Zinzerans are taking advantage of, people getting money and going back to where they came from, like getting robbed, like you giving people money and then getting it on the road and then getting hijacked, so people just keep having to keep coming back and they just keep taking money, and maybe like some sort of like roaming patrol cart maybe, or like will like go down the road and just be like, well, we fight bandits, and so just so there's a little more security or some sort.
Okay, yeah.
From the route
Ijuk takes that to the treasurer or to the advisor to the treasurer, and they like the idea. And you three, whenever you are in town and around, you have a license to kill on the trading route between Vail and the western side, in accordance with Vail. And if you find and can prove that who you kill are doing this, you will get 50 gold pieces for each person you turn in alive. If you kill them, they'll give you 15 gold pieces.
How do I write these things down?
So Ijuk is now officially inside the Vile Kingdom, slowly planning to move up the ranks over his tenure. The Dirty Three is seen as a helping group of adventurers to stop the money stealing upon the trading routes. The House of G is contacted, and the relationship is expanded with the House of G. So they have the Quiet Pass, tavern, school stuff, but also now trying to get information about this coup that's developing by Dorvor Zinzeren in B2. Setting off a new lineage in the time to come. Who knows where we will jump next? But tonight, that is all. So in their last goodbye to the kingdom before they go off on the next bit of adventure, anything you want to say or do?
Hear me out. We're in the future, and then we hear about the Road Avengers. The people from B2 who are like, I want to make money, and so they go kill bandits on the road. Thank you, that is all. That's just planning information in Scott's head for him to think about for a week.
But the important part is you're closer to being funded by the Vail to rebuild the kingdom of Symphony.
Give us more money.
Funny enough, the Vail kingdom is half-elves who originated from the elves, which were the kingdom of Symphony. So it's already seen as in good graces too.
They want this. They just don't know they want this. Also, we don't know how to get there, so we ain't gonna talk about that part.
Anyways, thanks for playing, bro. I hope everybody had a good time. We didn't need a map because we had a good time without it. Twitch, Facebook, YouTube. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
For episode 7.